Let me tell you a story. So earlier today, I was walking downstairs to the metro to go to training, and this lady who gets paid to open doors for you opened the door for me, and I just looked at her face and she seemed kind of like gloomy. Obviously, like I would be gloomy too if I had to hold a door open for people 7 hours a day. And so I just smiled at her, and she looked at me, and her face just lit up. Like I could see her eyes just lit up. And after that, she smiled back. No longer was she in this like sad, depressed mood. Like I could feel her energy. It just like brightened up. And we got into a good conversation. I was just like, oh, have you eaten yet? Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then as I was leaving, like that was just a short like 20-second conversation. And then as I was leaving, I could tell like I might have just made that lady's day. And I felt really good after that. And you know what the funny thing is? All it took was one smile. Bro, you have no idea how far a smile can go into brightening someone's day or making someone's entire day, right? Like, imagine that lady specifically having to hold doors open for people and people wouldn't even say thank you. They would just walk by. And she has to do that hours and hours a day. And one person, like you could be the person that just goes, thanks her for opening the door, smiles, gets into like a little conversation with her, gets her into like a happy mood. That's all it takes. A smile can go such a long way, and I know that is just one example. I'll give you another example. Like, there was this grandpa on the metro that I was taking the train to like somewhere, and I was sitting next to him, or like I was sitting across from him, like there's seats. Imagine seats on the metro, and he was just looking at me, like making, you know how some weird people just make eye contact with you for no reason. Like he was just, and I just smiled at him, and then he smiled back, and he got like his face lit up again. Like I don't know what about smiling is. But it just brightens up people's day. And think about it. If you smile long enough, just try it with me. Like, if you smile for long enough, you'll start to feel happy without even trying to feel happy. Like your body just thinks you're happy, and then it'll start to give you emotions of happiness, which is, I think that's really interesting. So that just goes to show you, smiling genuinely, with no matter what language you speak, no matter where you're from or how old you are, smiling is a symbol of joy and happiness. And you can give it away for free. You can give it to people for free as a gift. It is free of charge. It's not like you have to pay $5 every time you try and smile. You can give a gift to the world every time you smile. And what's interesting is that I was just reading How to Win Friends and Influence People on my Kindle. And smiling literally is just one of the modules. Like, this book goes deep, okay? There are topics like, oh, how to start a conversation, be genuinely interested in other people, and all these different modules. And Dale Carnegie, which is the author of this book, chose to incorporate smile. Just smile. Smile at people. That's all it takes. Smile. Smiling can go a long way. And I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But if someone were to smile at me, like, it would make me happy, and I wouldn't even, like, I could be in the worst mood. Some stranger smiled at me, and I would, like, not in a creepy way or whatever, like, glaring into my soul or whatever and smiling. Like, that's kind of freaky, but you get what I'm saying? Like, a genuine smile. Like, hey, what's up? I'm in a happy mood. I can spread that to you. Like, it spreads. Happiness spreads. Joy spreads. And if I can be somebody to give that joy to someone else, oh my gosh, I want to be a blessing to the world, and I'm sure you do as well. So if you can just go outside, even to people that you do know, or even to people that you don't know, like to my mom this morning, like you can just smile, give her a hug, that goes a long way. I don't know, you don't understand how far this goes, how deep this goes. I think it goes back into like our biology as human nature, into our nervous system and everything. I think this is how deep this goes. Like, think about in our caveman days, right? We needed to tell how people were thinking about us. We need to tell, because it could be the difference between life or death, whether our tribe members liked us or not, right? So the importance of being able to smile at someone and knowing like, okay, yeah, I'm safe around this person. This person likes me. I can feel comforted around this person. That's what smiles resemble, right? That's what a smile symbolizes. When you're laughing, you smile. When you're happy, you naturally smile, right? And so if we can spread literal happiness to other people, strangers even, not even thinking about like to people that we do know, like, I just think that's such a blessing to give to the world. And I don't understand why we don't do that more often. It's like, I doubt that this is new information to you, because it wasn't new information to me. But just being able to experience it firsthand and see how it lights up people's faces, I want to do this every single opportunity that I get, right? Like, I want to make someone's day. And if there's one way I can do it for free, it's smiling, then 10 out of 10 times I'm going to do it. And so should you. And I don't really understand why it's so, yeah, it's a bit awkward, whatever. Like, shut up, bro. No one cares. No one's thinking like, oh, he's smiling at me. It's so awkward. No, if you have a genuine smile, then you can brighten up someone's day, make someone's life slightly better, and it's free of cost, and you feel good about it. So it's mutual, like it goes both ways. You both feel better. You both feel good about yourselves. You both feel happier. You both feel more fulfilled. Like, what? Why would you not do this? It's a gift you can give to the world and you're not giving it. Think about if everyone just had a genuine smile every time you saw them. How much better of a place would we be? Where would we be in this world right now? So you might be asking like, oh, I keep saying like, I gotta stop saying like. How can we have a genuine smile? How can we not fake it? Okay, well, if you don't, for me, I don't know why, but it's always been easy for me to smile. But actually, no, it hasn't always been easy. That's a lie. It's only recently become easy and natural because I worked on it. I'll think about a happy thought. Think about a time where you and one of your friends would tell like funny jokes to each other in class or something. I don't know, that just gets me cracking up. And I would just smile randomly on the street doing nothing, and I was just walking and smiling, and I'll smile at someone and they'll smile at me, and that gives me even more of a reason to smile and be happy. You control your emotions, man. You control your emotions, whether you realize it or not. Emotions are quite controllable because we can control our emotions through our thoughts. Obviously, not every single thought that you get is yours, and you can't control every thought and emotion you feel. Right. But we're giving up so much control from the emotions that we feel and the thoughts that we have, because if you bring up a happy memory, how do you feel? Well, you can't help but feel happier. If you bring up a sad memory, you start to feel sad, right? Your brain cannot tell what is real versus what is imagined or visualized. So let's say you watch a horror movie, right? You can't help but to feel like, okay, I'm getting kind of scared, I'm fight or flight or whatever. You're a little anxious, you're a little nervous. Yeah, it's not real, but it's a movie, but you still feel those emotions. Likewise, if you imagine something scary, if you imagine something happy, if you imagine something sad, you'll begin to feel those emotions as well. I just think that is so interesting. So why aren't we using that to our advantage? Not just to smile and make people feel better about their day and make their day and brighten up their day. You can use that for so many purposes, right? If I need to lock in and focus, I can imagine what it would feel like to get a full day's of work done. And now my brain is more inclined to move toward that end result, because it has imagined it has felt the emotions that I would like to feel, and now I'm ready to go for it. Whereas, let's say you imagine you have a cake in front of you, okay, and you're on a diet, and you've been clean on this diet for a solid week. You have a cake in front of you, and you're just imagining yourself eat it. And you're feeling like the dopamine hit of kind of eating it, and now you want to eat it even more, right? You're more inclined to eat it. Whereas if you imagine eating it and then going home and feeling shame and terrible about yourself, then boom, you're less likely to eat it. In fact, it'd be so much easier to reject it rather than having no thoughts at all. So that just goes to show you how powerful your thoughts can be, how powerful you can control your emotions to such an extent to where we're giving up so much power in terms of controlling our thoughts, emotional regulation. Use it as a tool, bro. And one big way we can use it as a tool: spread happiness to other people. Smile more. That's all it takes. I'm gonna leave that with you today. As always, if you want to hear more from a 17-year-old trying to figure out life, subscribe. It's a win-win for both of us. Love you, bro. Get after it. Take care.